What is going on YouTube? Twitchy Tango here. Thank you everybody for supporting the last video. It did better than most of those videos I do or anything that isn't a short lately, so it really means a lot from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Like I said in the last video, I guess we're coining this series The Road to Resident Evil 4 Remake. So over the next several videos, next several weeks, hopefully I'm going to get all this done before the Resident Evil stream that Capcom's doing. We're going to be discussing certain things. Like today, we're discussing the upgrading system Resident Evil 4, whether it's the attache case, Ashley and Leon upgrading their health, maybe improvements to that, as well as talking about the improvements that could be made to Resident Evil 4's upgrading system that is pertaining to the weapons. We're going to be discussing this today, so without further ado, let's jump into it.
Got something that might interest you.
But today we're talking about the upgrading system in Resident Evil 4, whether it's the attache case or the upgrading weapons or upgrading to Ashley and Leon's health. There's a lot that just makes this upgrading system so rewarding. I think the gameplay loop in general for Resident Evil 4 is very rewarding, and I think that's a big thing Resident Evil 4 Remake really needs to get down, is make the gameplay feel as it did in 4, while maybe changing things up a bit. You don't want the same old, you know? But I think Resident Evil 4's upgrading system is another thing I think is great, but I would be open to changing it up a little bit. Okay, before we get out the pitchforks and start burning me at the cross, I think it's almost perfect. Like I was saying, it's a very rewarding system, whether it's upgrading your favorite weapons to the best they can be, or upgrading Leon and Ashley's health with a green, yellow, and red herb combos, making sure Leon and Ashley can take a few hits before you can see the "you are dead" screen, and upgrading your favorite gun for that extra ammo capacity, rate of fire, higher firepower, faster reload speed is one of the best parts of Resident Evil 4's mechanics, but except for a few guns, it doesn't really do anything more than that. Sure, getting your Red 9 or your Killer 7 to hit harder and have a larger ammo capacity is great, but I think it would be even better if they offered more unique, exclusive upgrades like the starter pistol, which becomes a crit machine, which is each playthrough on Professional, I find myself just sticking with the pistol and completely not getting the Red 9. Something about that extra crit rate does help. And the shotgun, that allows its firepower to stay consistent at longer ranges, as opposed to just the normal damage fall off of the other shotguns and what they have. Every gun has an exclusive upgrade to itself, whether it's improving the rate of fire, like the semi-auto rifle, allowing that extra shot off at the right moment, and it's sometimes like giving your shotgun, looking at you, Striker, 100 rounds. Now, does that make it good? Not necessarily, but it doesn't make it bad either, because I feel like for anything other than the Ditman glitch, the Striker is just terrible because it has severe damage fall off after a certain range compared to the other shotguns, which I guess is why most people tend to stick with the riot gun on just a normal playthrough, and then they're not trying to speedrun it. But more often than not, getting close to the Kanata is more than you usually want to really do damage. So I can understand not going with the Striker unless you're just doing the Ditman glitch to room across the game. You either want to stick with the old reliable, the riot shotgun, or the regular shotgun. But in ramming up that firepower for that extra bit of kick to take down the enemies foaming towards you a little bit quicker, and of course reload speed, because you can have the hardest hitting weapon in the game, but if you don't upgrade that reload speed, then you might get caught in a very bad moment and get beheaded because you were too busy reloading your gun. Again, every exclusive upgrade adds more value to your weapon. What if the exclusive upgrades felt more unique, like the handgun and shotgun? I think Resident Evil 4 Remake has an opportunity to make that final upgrade feel more badass and rewarding, but because you're spending a crap ton of money to get it. Again, RE4 has a lot of weapons at your disposal to dispense Ganados with whether it's everyone's favorite Red 9 or the iconic Killer 7. These guns are indispensable for your monster killing needs. They can all upgrade to be the best weapons for their situations. Magnums are great for killing bosses because, I mean, you're not going to find Magnum ammo just laying around as often, so it's really good for those clutch moments. Shotguns are great for ad clear. Rifles put in the work with the headshots and regenerators. Handguns put in the work, and the TMP is good for stunning enemies and bosses in very good ways. Everyone most of the time has certain guns they covet and use, like the Red 9, and they upgrade to give it that extra bit of firepower, even though the starting handgun is a crit god. And like I was saying, it's something I go to more often than not because of just that extra bit of crit really goes a long way. Of course, people will trade in the regular shotgun for the riot gun and regular rifle for the semi-auto. And I mean, I'm just calling myself out at this point, but to each his own. The upgrading system in Resident Evil Village was okay, but felt hollow to me compared to RE4's very rewarding upgrading system. And everything had the same final option to unlock, which was infinite ammo. And you had to unlock that infinite ammo by getting challenge points, which, I don't know, to each his own. I feel like that's kind of a necessary thing. In game, which again is fine, but it lacks the flair of RE4. Each of Resident Evil 4's upgraded weapons offered various exclusives, whether it was unique ones like the starting handgun and shotgun, or like the various other guns upgrading one of the 4 upgradable slots, i.e., firepower, rate of fire, ammo capacity, and reload speed. All of the guns improved on that by giving them an exclusive upgrade, whether it's the Red 9's exclusive firepower upgrade, making it the strongest handgun in the game, or it's the Striker that gives you 100 rounds and still sucks. I've used the Striker one time, and it was just like the damage fall off was just not worth it. But of course, that was at the time I didn't realize that there was a glitch with it many years ago. Or it's the broken butterfly getting more damage output, or the first rifle getting the exclusive upgrade of, I think, 30 firepower, which funny enough makes it stronger than the broken butterfly, fully upgraded if I'm not mistaken. But the system could do with a bit more flair. Certain guns have max power, but there's a trade-off to it. Like Striker has good damage, it has 100 rounds, but it has a massive fall off in damage after a few meters. And then there's the rifle. Like I was saying, the first rifle gets, I think, firepower of 30, but the trade-off is you're pausing after every shot. You're taking out a bullet after every shot. So it's like you got to make those shots count. But don't get me wrong, it's amazing. But I don't think it would. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if a few other guns got exclusives, like the starting handgun and shotgun. And some guns offer larger ammo reserves, like the Matilda, which is Leon's full auto handgun. Well, 3 bursts pretty much from RE2. It can hold up to 100 rounds like a Striker, but good luck keeping ammo stocked on it. Each weapon offers its own strengths and weaknesses, it's true, but I think it could be even better if it offers more than just more firepower or infinite ammo, because we know, because of Village, Resident Evil 4 Remake will have that as an unlock. But the thing with Village is it unlocked for every gun you could have access to, which, again, they're probably going to go that route, which isn't a bad thing. Had it for your fully upgrade, I think giving other guns, not all of them, of course, a more unique exclusive would be great. Adding more viability to other weapons, but at the end of the day, I'm sure whatever Capcom does will either be loved by some and hated by others. And now that we've kind of covered the bases with the upgrading of the guns, we're going to talk about, dealing with Ashley and Leon and a little bit of the attache case, but we're going to talk about this now. Again, Leon and Ashley's health, to upgrade it, you use a yellow, green to upgrade their max HP and heal a little, or yellow, red, green to fully heal and upgrade your max HP at the same time. I think it's fine, but I wouldn't mind having access to other kinds of upgrades similar to what Village did with meats to upgrade things like movement, speed, able to eat more damage. I don't think that would be a bad idea. Maybe Ashley gets more upgrades to be more resourceful about finding ammo and treasures and things, like allowing her to get away once or twice if someone tries to carry her away. Maybe Leon gets access to be able to eat more damage or can find more ammo without Ashley. Being able to move faster would probably be a big thing for a lot of speedrunners. Or being able to find things that you wouldn't normally find, or maybe be less quiet when you're trying to sneak through an area. I don't know, something that really gives Leon a better edge, I guess. Make upgrading Ashley and Leon feel more satisfying. But even if they leave that part of upgrading alone, it's not a bad thing, to be honest, because finding yellow herbs fully upgrade Leon and just ignore Ashley like the Giga Chad you are, uh, uh, you can do that too.
Come back anytime.
So, talked about the upgrading of the weapons, possibly giving more weapons, more unique exclusives like the handgun and the shotgun. And we've talked about upgrading Ashley and Leon. It really just, I think it's more or less just Ashley in a different way, and maybe a little bit give Leon access to more movement speed and like thereof. But probably one of the biggest things about Resident Evil 4 is the item management, the attache case. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Butcher me alive, if you will. But just the fact that it's probably one of the most satisfying item managements we've ever gotten in Resident Evil, probably in gaming. I think people try to chase that kind of high, whether it's Resident Evil 4's superb upgrading system, whether it's the attache case. There's just something about it, and true to its staying power, there's literally a game. This game right here, you're seeing on the screen. Someone's like, I want to make a game out of this, and they have. That's so insane. And the thing is, Village kind of did something like that with their own sort of inventory management, but it was hollowed compared to Resident Evil 4. I don't know. There's just something about upgrading that attaché case to max capacity and having everything you want, organizing it the way you want, or if you're like me, you're a degenerate and you just put it in the organize it in a way that would make someone blow a gasket. And that's the thing, because it's so awesome the way you can just manage your inventory, create it in a way that looks nice or horrible. You're a master of chaos. You just want to turn your weapons upside down and make them face a way that just would make anybody with common sense blow a gasket. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want them to remove the attache case. I think it's perfect the way it is. I think the one thing I'd say take away is make it less clunky. Not having to go through two menus just to access it. Keep it in game. Have it where Leon opens it. Something like that would be pretty awesome. Definitely be down for it. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. He just when you go to open your case, he literally opens it out of nowhere and starts rearranging and organizing. It'd be pretty cool to do that. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys think. Do you think the upgrading system needs to change? Do you think certain weapons need to have more exclusive upgrades to them, like the handgun and the shotgun? Do you think they need to improve the upgrading of Ashley and Leon? Do you think the attache case needs to stay the same, or do you want something new and modern? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment your thoughts. And if you really enjoyed the content, subscribe, turn notification bells. Without further ado, I love you all. I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy.